So no matter how loyal you are, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you provide, in 2025, it will still not be enough. And why? Because she's been conditioned to never settle, not for you and not for anyone. So stick around because I'm about to break down why the modern woman is programmed for dissatisfaction, what you can do as a man to protect your peace. All right. So this is not bitterness, it's reality. And as a man in today's world, you're up against more than just your standards, you're up against the whole system, be it social media, dating apps, feminist ideologies, and endless attention that tells her that she can do better. So in this video, we'll expose 5 core reasons why you will never be enough for today's modern woman, and also how to flip the script by becoming the man who lives on his own terms. All right, so let's look at this first part here, you guys. Endless options equal zero loyalty. All right, so again, thanks to social media, the dating apps, the average woman in 2025 has more options than Marilyn Monroe could ever dream of. Your loyalty, she can replace it with 100 fire emojis in her DMs. Women don't settle anymore, so they upgrade. And the moment you stop entertaining her emotionally, financially, she already has a backup plan in place. Okay, so let that part sink in there, as I hope you will let the rest of the part sink in. So breaking this down a bit, hypergamy is turbocharged, loyalty is a liability if you're not high status to her, and you're just competing with the illusions of men who don't even know that she exists. Okay. So the next part, moving forward. So feminism taught her that you are the problem. All right. So from childhood, she's told people have told her that men are the enemy. Okay, that we are holding her back. We are the oppressors. That your masculinity is toxic. So even when you do everything right, you can lead, you can protect, you can provide. It's never enough because the culture says she deserves even more, just because she exists. Okay, so you got to look at it. Uh, TV, movies, even commercials are all putting men in a bad light. Look, when I was a kid back in the 70s, I was seeing that back then. Okay, and once she enters in one of these colleges with these feminist professors, be it male or female feminist professors, well, they're going to literally just spell it right out to her, just really, they're going to put down men in these colleges these days. So she gets it from many angles too. So social media as well. So that programming is shaping her thinking when it comes to dealing with men. All right. So breaking that down a bit more, she's got a victim. Most women, not all, have a victim mindset. So it's just this perpetual dissatisfaction to just getting more from men. Okay. She's programmed to find fault in men and not herself. Like when you go out on a date, a lot of guys go out on dates from the dating apps. These women, they're really not looking for reasons to be with you. They're looking for reasons to disqualify you. So if you mention Trump or the Orange Man, or I don't know, it could be something that you said, shit, it could be the kind of car that you drive, or just how you laughed. I mean, it could be something. One hair out of place, and she's found the fault, and she's off to the next guy. Why? Because they live in abundance with the dating apps. They can keep going back to the well. So that's why I'm not a big fan of the dating apps. So, but to each their own. Anyways, and also you're always a villain in her emotional narrative. All men are the villains. Okay. So again, think about that second part as we go along as well, and scroll back if you need to, and really take this in. It'll help you if you really internalize this. Okay. All right. So the next thing, comparison is killing commitment. So again, going back to our lovely social media, seems to be the ill of everything here. So she compares you to every filtered couple on Instagram. She compares her paycheck to millionaires on TikTok. She compares your body to the gym bros on YouTube. She's living in a fantasy world, and you're the reality check. All right. Think about that. Okay, so to break that part down, female nature thrives on emotional stimulation and not logic. Gentlemen, have you ever noticed that you cannot win an argument with a woman? Okay, you can't because she is arguing from, or her stance is from an emotional stance, not from logic. Okay, so 1 and 1 to her is going to be what she feels like it. In our world, 1 and 1 is 2. Okay, and that doesn't change. But in her world, it's whatever, again, she wants it to be. So the goalpost keeps moving back. So that's why I recommend, men, you never argue with a woman because it's like it's literally two different languages. Okay. So also to break this part down, social media keeps her attention on constant. It's on a contingent span on constant rotation. A lot of these women, they have TikTok on the brain or TikTok brain. They have the emotional span of, or not emotional, that too. They have the attention span rather of a goldfish in a lot of cases. Okay, and even a lot of good men lose to the fantasy world of these women. Okay, a lot of good men out there, but they're just not going to compare to the fantasy world that some and many women live in. And just remember, when I talk about women, it's not all, but I say it is still most, but not all. Many good women out there. So never lose hope of that. Okay. All right. So the next part that I've broken down, the more you do, the less she values it. Think about it. Okay. So most women make the mistake of over investing to prove their worth, but in the red pill community or world or way of thinking, we know that giving too much without requiring them to earn it breeds disrespect. She starts expecting and not appreciating. She doesn't want a servant. She wants to earn your attention, but not it be handed to her. So all right. So, whoever you date, right, let them earn your time. Let them earn your resources. Let them earn your love. Let them earn everything that you want to give them, just as they want you to earn whatever they give you. It should go two ways. It usually doesn't, though, with a lot of guys. So, the breakdown on that, over validation equals reduced attraction. Um, Investment without boundaries makes you look weak, i.e., nice guy. Uh, she doesn't love you for what you give. She loves how you make her feel. I remember I went out with a girl briefly for a while years ago, and she told me she doesn't really fall in love with, she just says she falls in love with a feeling, okay, with how a man makes her feel, okay? Not so much the exterior things about the guy, but if whatever the feeling you give her or you make her feel, that's where the attraction comes in. Granted, a lot of girls are different, but it does make sense. Okay, so look at that last part. She loves how you make her feel. All right. So let that part sink in. That was number four. So the fifth part here, for the final part, she doesn't even know what she wants. And look, I think a lot of women would hear this and would think that I would be insulting their intelligence, but I'm not. This is just what we've seen in life. And a lot of women will tell you they don't know what they want too. A lot will they will admit to that. So really the hardest truth for most modern women, they're chasing a feeling, not a man. And that the feelings change like the weather. So today she wants the alpha, tomorrow she wants emotional support, the next week she wants both in one, or like they would say, the educated thug for some. And when you can't give all of that, she thinks she can do better, and that's why it'll never be enough because she doesn't know what enough is. Okay, listen to that last part. You'll never be enough because she does not know what enough is. So let's break that down a bit. So female solipsism clouds long-term thinking, emotional instability equals inconsistent standards, and even perfect men can't win an impossible game. All right. So in closing, you guys, so just remember the game is rigged, but you don't have to play it like a simp. You don't need to prove yourself to a woman who's chasing attention, validation, and most of all, fairy tales. 2025, the man who wins is the one who knows his value, protects his energy, walks away from what no longer serves him. So subscribe for more information here and subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you in the next one.